Podcasting from the Chicagoland area, this is Game On with Jackson Stuart, where we discuss men's lifestyle, focusing on sex, fitness, relationships, business, and more. We'll be interviewing the best of the best, the hot shots, and the rising stars in the worlds of modeling, fitness, cooking, and more. Influencers who are discussing keeping it sexy while at the top of their game. I'm your host, Jackson Stuart. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the game.
Follow Game On with Jackson Stuart on YouTube at Game On with Jack, on the official blog www.gameonwithjack.blog, and at the news store www.gameonwithjack.shop. Keep it sexy and game on.
What if you could be a better player for the cost of one more cup of coffee a month? Get access to a growing library of lit erotica, behind-the-scenes action, and player's guides with tips on drinking, cooking, fitness, dating, sex, and life after dark. Low tier rate while offer lasts. Patreon.com, Game On with Jack. Keep it sexy and game on.
This is Dale Valor.
This is Pamela Ross.
This is Trinasia.
And you're listening
to
Game On with Jackson Stuart.
Game On with Jackson Stuart.
Game On with Jackson Stuart. Killing them!
Hey, good people, sexy people. Welcome to another edition of Game On with Jackson Stuart. I'm your host, and as always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Check out the amazing content that we bring you here every Friday, and some great guests. Last string of guests have been amazing. So if you missed Chef Joe Gatto, if you miss Dr. Tara, just go back. Go back and check out some really phenomenal talent that have brought just some really solid tips about life, about their respective fields, like all that stuff, man. Like totally, you owe it to yourself to listen to some of these great guests that we've had. And tonight we're having one of my favorite types of episodes, an Ask Jack, where you guys have sent in questions, some comments, and and I read them and answer the questions to the best of my ability here on Game On with Jackson Stuart, where rookies enter. What? Nope. Oh man, I messed it up. Here on Game On with Jackson Stuart, we all enter as rookies. We all leave as professionals. So there we go. And just to remind you guys, you can catch me on YouTube, Game On with Jack, Patreon.com, Game On with Jack. Blog is gameonwithjack.blog. Twitter, same handle, Game On with Jack. And please swing by the gameonwithjack.shop, SHOP, so you can get your hookups with some great new ebook content. And also the link for the free Teachable course. If you don't want to get it there, go ahead and jump in. And I'd love to have you guys jump on the email list. Once you sign up to the email list, you also get a free 15 confidence commandment PDF, giving you 15 tips on how to be more confident, because that is the sexiest quality that people find in men, actually in anybody, but especially in men, is confidence. And so I got 15 tips that are quote unquote guaranteed to help you out as much as you apply them. So definitely sign up. That's Game On with Jack. I should have this. It's in front of my face. I'm gonna forget it. aweb.gameonwithjack.com. Oh my God, did I? I'm not gonna edit this out because this part is funny. I should totally have this memorized, and I'm being terrible at this. GameOnWithJack.aweb.page. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. GameOnWithJack.aweb, AWEB as in boy, .page, .page. So go ahead, get your 15 confidence commandment tip via email in a great PDF, and you will be on the email list, and I'll start sending you guys great offers, ideas, more of the Game On with Jack content that you all have grown to love so much. Anyway, that announcement section out of the way, let's hit some questions that you guys have sent in. via Twitter, via YouTube, the blog, etc. So first up, Mr. Adventurer writes, what's the most adventurous thing you've done and how did it shape you as a man? Damn, that's a good question. Starting this podcast. No, really, I mean, this was, and this is every single time and behind the scenes an adventure. It has shaped me as a man. It has taught me, I should say, it has reinforced things I already knew in terms of time management, in terms of communication, in terms of pursuing something you want to do, regardless of what the signs are saying or what the results are, gauging what results mean to you. And also how to take advice. I've had a lot of good people, a lot of good influences that have said, hey, Jack, why don't you try this? Hey, why don't you try that? And, knowing what to take, knowing what not to take, and so on. So, Mr. Adventurer, I'm going to say the most adventurous thing has been this podcast, but I've enjoyed every minute of it. Actually, that's a lie. There's been a lot of times I was banging my head against the wall, but overall, I would do it all again. And so thank you very much. That's a great question. Let's see. Healthy Hank writes in, I love these usernames you guys give me. What are some of your favorite healthy eating habits and why? Healthy eating habits. I may have answered this on the last show, and if I did, I apologize. I'm repeating it. Intermittent fasting. I don't eat till 12 o'clock Monday through Friday, and I stop eating at 8 o'clock at night. And I'm not always perfect about that. Don't get me wrong, but I try to stick to that. And the Saturdays and Sundays, I kind of, eat like normal 3 meals a day, whatever. But I think definitely that has been a great eating habit. Introducing more protein into my diet. And it's not for everybody, but using, pre-workout, supplements has been helpful, and post-workout supplements has been really helpful. So definitely those have been great points. And I got to give big ups. A lot of my workout supplement ideas, Ariana gave them to me. If you guys know who she is, if you don't know who she is, you need to go find out, check out her shows, where she's been on. Check her out on jackpotbeauties.com. Awesome stuff there. But yeah, no, she's a fitness nut, and now we trade crazy ideas. And so yeah, definitely those have been healthy eating habits for me, or healthy habits. One that I need to always get better about, drinking more water and sleeping more. So those are healthy eating habits, and those are some not so healthy habits I have. Now, I want to supplement your question with guilty pleasure, like bad eating habits I enjoy. Oh man. I love food that normally, I plan if I'm going to eat bad food. It's like if I'm having a great week, I've worked out, I've been eating good, and I can tell like when my body's in a position to eat some shit. And I shouldn't have said that because now people will be, oh, you call our food shit. Fast food. I'll plan it. I'll be like, boom. And it's not shit. I shouldn't have said that, but it's just, it's not good for you. You can't eat it every day of the week. So I do enjoy burgers, fries, milkshakes. Yeah. So, yeah, you can feed me like if I was a 6-year-old child. I'm happy. And nuggets. Gotta love some nuggets. So, Mr. Clean Shaven, what's your grooming routine like and how do you keep up with it? I'm trying a new routine and I just find it so hard to remember every morning. Thanks. Clean shaven, good question. So first up, one of the best things about my morning routine, my grooming routine, is I try and keep it as simple as possible. I know what works for me in terms of skincare, in terms of exfoliants, in terms of moisturizers. Because yeah, I take care of my skin because I don't want to look like a dried up apricot or something in a couple years. I know it works for like my beard. I know it works for my hair. So I've got it down to just a simple science where when I'm getting ready, I don't have to think about it. I know, grab this, rub this here, grab that, rub this there, grab that, rub this here, and I'm done. So simplification. Now in the beginning, it might be some work, right? You have to figure out what works for you and what doesn't. Once you figure that out, just stick with it And it really just comes down to practice, 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 practice. Dear God, and I realize how creaky my chair is that you guys can hear. But yeah, it's a lot of work in the beginning because you're doing a lot of trial and error and trying to figure things out. But just stick with it, and you'll figure it out. Let's see. We've got Frank wrote in. How do you stay motivated to maintain a healthy and fit lifestyle? Shit, Frank, I appreciate that you're saying I have one. It's habit. It's habit, and it is the joy of seeing and feeling better when I take care of myself. And I always want to keep that going. So, we all know how we feel when we don't take care of ourselves. We know what it's like when you've been out on a bender and you wake up next morning and your head feels like it just wants to explode or implode. We know what it's like when you eat bad food and you get bloated and your clothes don't fit and your feet swell. You feel like it's shit overall. You don't want to feel that way all the time. So on the flip side, I know what it's like, and we all know what it's like when you feel great, when you feel like your body is running like a fine-tuned machine, when you feel strong, when you feel injury-free. So that motivates me to keep doing what I'm doing to stay healthy and fit. So, there's a big difference between when you eat a salad, how you feel, versus when you eat a double cheeseburger and how you feel. Now, if you eat enough salads and you hit this level of just feeling good, then when you do say, screw it, I'm going to get me a cheeseburger, you don't feel as bad because your body is like at a new level and it can handle the occasional, dip in the junk world. It'll bounce right back up to feeling good and maintaining a higher level. So, that's how I stay motivated. I want to keep feeling good. And as I age, and as everybody ages, unless you're immortal or dead and you're listening to this, you want to protect your body. And a lot of that protection is core work, keeping your core strong. So I like to be strong. I like to not look my age, which I get told that all the time, which I feel very good about that. And they tell me I look younger. They don't say, damn, Jack, you look old as shit. So I like that. And it's a little bit vanity, but it's also a little bit of enjoyment. Like, I don't want to live a life of injury. I don't want to live a life of being debilitated. And I do everything I can to try and avoid those things. So it's a little vanity, a little fear, but a lot of gratitude. I'm grateful to my body. I'm grateful to the powers that be that have given me this body. I'm grateful to, God gave me this body or this potential when I was born. I'm grateful to the people that constantly give me good information about working out and taking care of myself. So a lot of gratitude. So there you go. Stephen writes in, what are some of your favorite budgeting and financial planning tips? Stephen, such a good question. One of my favorite tips I ever heard about finances was make more money. And this was Susie Orman. That's actually her. Everybody focuses on her second tip, which was, pay the smallest credit card first and work your way up, which is a great tip for those of you who have credit cards and credit debt. But her first tip is make more money, passive income. So that's probably my favorite budgeting and financial planning tip. More income, make it passive income. Write down the things that you feel you spend too much money on, and write out very point blank if you can cut back or not need those things anymore. The other budgeting tip I have adopted, and I love it, is when you talk about money and numbers, remove all emotion. Even if it's an internal conversation, like, oh man, like I keep spending money on this, whatever, remove all emotion, because guilt and shame and joy and happiness will blur the true perception of how money is performing for you. Another tip I got about finances and budgeting, cutting back on Starbucks is not going to make you rich. And that's one of those lies we get told, like, oh my God, you're spending $5 on coffee, 3 times a week, whatever. That cutting back on that's not going to make you rich. Wealth is achieved via passive income. So that's a great tip I was told. And I think another one along the lines of the emotion is start today. forget yesterday. Some people are like, oh, I've always been bad with money. Stop saying you've always been bad with money. Learning how to run money and learning how to handle money, it's just a skill set. We can all learn new skill sets. Well, yesterday I spent too much money on shoes or clothes. All right, well, get over it. Today's a new day. Start different. So it's that kind of cold treatment of money. And then finally, love money. Now, and some people, oh my God, Jack just said love money. That's a sin. That's evil. No, technically the quote is the love of money is the root of all evil. Not money is the root of all evil, but I'd take that to mean when you love money above all other things and you wield it as a weapon rather than as a tool, rather than as a way to help people and help yourself, then that's the evil that we're talking about. But yeah, remove emotion, make more money, start today, and love money. And I say that, and it's kind of like you're going to say contradictory to what I just said about emotion. But when you feel good about what you're doing with money, more money will come to you. You will work it better. You will utilize it better. You will draw it into your life better. When money causes you anxiety, when you don't want to talk about it, even to yourself, you're going to stay in that spot. When you just feel that tension of just focusing on just debt, even without emotion, all you focus on is debt. Where your emotions go, where your energy goes, where your actions go, there grows more. So don't just focus on debt. Pay your bills and just boom, they're done. And then focus on the joy of making more money. So I hope that helped out. I gotta stop saying too. Let's see, Greg the Gadget Guy, Triple G. What are some of your favorite gadgets and tech accessories that you can't live without? Oh man, I love that question because I like tech. Yeah, I'm gonna get into apps a little bit. I have the very basic generic Microsoft to-do list app. I love it. When I go shopping, I put my shopping list in the app. I don't write anything about shopping on a piece of paper. That way, when I'm going to the store, I can tap, the little bubble by my entry, and it crosses it off for me. I love that. Podbean, that's what I use to do the show. Love that app. Microsoft Surface Pro series, love that technology. That to me is literally a singularity jump in tech. First we had desktops, right? And then we moved to laptops. Singularity jump. Gave people more mobility, gave people a sense of freedom from just sitting at a desk all day. Now they can move around and accomplish more. The Surface Pro, which looks like a tablet, but in truth functions like a PC, huge jump. I love it. And Droid phones, not knocking you iPhone people. All my iPhone friends are pissed off because they don't. They're like, we can't tell when you're about to text, so we don't see any bubbles. I like Droid phones because of the freedom of the availability of apps. You can download a lot more stuff because the Google Play Store is huge compared to the iTunes Store. To me, I'm not sitting there doing a comparison, analytics and shit like that. But yeah, so my Droid phone, my Surface Pro laptop, when I have time and I'm just vegging out, my Xbox and my Oculus, love the Oculus, a lot of fun. And so yeah, I'd say those are probably all the gadgets that I really enjoy. So good question. Eddie writes in, Jackson Stuart, love your show. Keep up the good work. Men need more men like you. Wow, thanks, man. I appreciate that, Eddie. I was talking to somebody. Actually, I was talking to Chef Gatto, and we were talking after the show. We're talking about that men right now are in a dangerous crossroads because we have two voices that we hear constantly. We have the voice that says, don't be weak, don't be a wimp, aggression. Then we got the other voice that's like, be very soft, be very gentle, don't get in the way, and in essence, let the world run over you. So one voice is toxic masculinity, and the other voice is impotent simping. And so we're like, there needs to be a middle ground, third voice that says you can be just a killing beast mode of a man, but you can be strong enough to be gentle. right? You can take care of people without running people over at the same time. So that's why I try to bring the show, that middle ground. How we can be fierce, but we can be fine. We can be, beast mode, but we can be protective and kind at the same time. And you can be a warrior and a poet in the same breath. So thanks, Eddie. That's what I'm trying to do here, and I'm glad you enjoy the show. Let's see. Savant writes in, what are some of your favorite fashion trends and how do you incorporate them into your wardrobe? Ooh. It's a good question. I find I change fashions every year, and based off what I like. So I don't, I'm not sitting there checking, Blackwell's list of best dressed people and I will look at magazines like, GQ and Esquire and Men's Journal and Men's Health. They have some great fashion sections that run like once or twice at least every season, if not some in the back of almost every magazine and definitely on their websites. Summer, I'm all about linen. Linen, it breathes. So I'm not cooking, I'm not sitting there just soaking in heat and it's not getting out of me. I do like just straight cotton t-shirts. I like nice jeans. Even if I'm going to go and just do some shit work, I'm going to wear nice jeans. I'm okay with getting dirty. I love Wrangler jeans. My favorites. Boots. I got my Timbs. I got my Wolverines. I got my cowboy boots. In the summer, I'm all about the fedora, the short brim fedora, nice sunglasses. I don't like to spend too much money for clothing because clothing is very, very temporary to me. Winter is to me I should say this, all seasons I've got a sense of purpose to my clothing. So winter, dressing for warmth. I'm a sucker for flannel. I'm a black man in flannel. Get over it. I also like turtleneck sweaters. I like layers in the winter. So I might do a long sleeve t-shirt with a flannel shirt. I might do, a button down dress shirt, but, with a jacket. I hate kind of your traditional white shirt, black tie suit. So if I'm putting on a suit, I'm going to do it with some flair. Not too much, but I might do an all black suit with a white shirt, no tie, or a V-neck dress shirt. I might do a gray suit with a black shirt. Like, I'm the guy that when it's the group photo, you're like, well, who the hell is this cat? What's he wearing? Not to make a point, but that's just my style. When it comes to shoes, summer, I hate wearing socks. So you'll probably see me out there in some dress sandals. I admit it. Boots in the winter, spring and fall, kind of a toss up. We'll see how that goes. But I like to dress for me. I like to dress for being comfortable, also for being, in the role that I need to be in while I'm wearing this. So if I'm going to a party that's formal, I dress appropriately and so on. So I say, I let my fashion trend be my trend. I incorporate them. I keep them. I try to take care of my clothes. And about once a year, I go in my closet and go, I don't like it. I don't like this. I don't like that or whatever. And I make sure I donate it to, some place I can give it a good home. Grill Master. Great question. Because this is, we got a holiday weekend coming up here. Grill Master writes in, what are some of your favorite grilling and barbecue techniques? Wow. Good one. In Grill Master, good question. If you guys are not following me on YouTube, why? You owe it to yourself. Check me out on YouTube, Game On with Jack. New playlist, Ask Jack series. I'm putting up, a couple questions a week. Just scheduled to post a question about grilling. So, Grill Master, good timing. A couple things. Talk to me about some grilling greats that I've known in my family. Number one, make damn sure your grill is clean. So get one of those stainless steel brushes, they've got them in the whole grilling section. Clean your damn grill. You don't want dirty, nasty, old leftover burnt fat sticking in your meat while you're cooking it. Number two, make sure you get that grill nice and hot, not too hot. You should not see hell when you look in there, but you want stuff hot. 3, season that meat. You may want to season the meat before you even clean the grill because you want that to marinate. You want it to soak in. And, this is really when people and their taste, their respective flavoring comes to play. Get a meat thermometer. I used to try and do shit without a meat thermometer, and I screwed up so much food. Get a meat thermometer and check your meat. Don't over check it. Don't keep popping that lid open because you're losing heat and you're losing effectiveness. But, after a while, put in that meat thermometer and check it. And you can look up the long list of temperatures for well done or medium done, whatever. I'm okay with, for me personally, 164, between 150 and 164, depending on what I'm cooking. But, you guys cook to your specificity. Jack can't talk tonight. And you can Google easily temperatures for meat, but make sure you're eating safe. You shouldn't still be mooing, but you don't want a piece of brick either. Somewhere in the middle is a happy place. After you cook that meat and it's the right temp and stuff, and you take it off the grill, let it sit for 5 to 15 minutes. And then, lastly, call me up and then eat it. Invite Jack. Shit, Jack gets hungry. And, another big thing, you only need one cook, because the worst thing a cookout is everybody and their grandmother comes over. Oh, that's not how I'd make it. Oh, I've done it differently. Are you sure it's going to be good? Sit your ass down. Let me cook this meat. But if you need help, don't be afraid to ask for it. Yes, at cookouts, I have told people to sit your ass down so I can cook this meat. Because I don't need 18 different chefs in one kitchen or around one grill. And then have fun with it. Barbecuing should not be like so stressful that you don't even want to eat when you're done. Get you a beer. Don't get drunk while you barbecue, but get a drink. Talk to the people that you're going to be serving the food to. People offer to bring you something. Oh, you look hot. Want to bring you some lemonade or whatever? Shit, take them up on it. Engage. Have fun. Don't just sit there like, always that sad guy at the formal events who's cutting the roast beef at the roast beef station. Don't look like that guy. But engage, have fun, take it over. This is your moment, your spot to shine. And, grill master, you'll be fine. Anyway, I also experiment with different types of meat. Grill some chicken, grill some steak, grill some ribs, throw some corn on there. Man, grilled corn is phenomenal. And ham, I've had huge chunks of ham grilled. Just experiment, have a good time. Enjoy, and make a mental note of what worked and what didn't. So next time you grill, you know what to repeat and know what to skip. Let's see, got time for one more question. Let's see, let's take Mr. Mindful. Here's a good question. How do you incorporate mindfulness practices in your daily routine? And if I answered this one last time I did Ask Jack, I do apologize because I had a ton of questions and I pulled from 2 different lists. Anyway, mindfulness, great question. I like to, I practice breathing exercises in the morning for 2 minutes, just inhaling, holding it for a certain amount, exhaling it for certain amounts. There are a gajillion, literally that's the number, gajillion apps out there that can help you with breathing. While you are breathing, you think of nothing else. And so, and that's not always going to happen. You're going to have random thoughts pop in your head. That's fine. You just have to nudge them out the way and go back to thinking about just this moment, just focusing on your breathing. And scientists say that actually resets your hypothalamus, which is a part of your brain that's always engaged when you are stressed out or anxious, and it brings your body back to a nice level of calm. So definitely, I incorporate mindfulness practices through breathing exercises. If I'm in a meeting, I'm monitoring my breathing. If I'm dealing with difficult people, I try and monitor my breathing. I think about this moment. I also think about connectivity because people will tell you what is driving them as they talk to you. And if you learn how to engage that properly, you can win. Not say every situation is a win or lose, but you can win any situation by just knowing how this person wants to be engaged and so on. So staying in the moment, I practice gratitude. Could always practice it more, but I try and practice it a lot. Make a gratitude list in the morning. I make a list of 3 or 4 things I appreciated that happened during the day. And I try and practice breathing exercises as I go to bed. So hopefully those tips will help you as you go through your mindfulness, Mr. Mindful, throughout your day. And just remember, you don't do it once and you got it right. And I shouldn't say you don't do it once and you got it right and you're done. It's like showering. You know, you shower every day. You practice and massage your breathing and mindfulness techniques constantly and be okay with it and explore. There's tons of books that you can constantly read to learn more and more about being in the moment. So if you haven't heard the show, go back and check out our guest, the Nowist, Billy Mandarino. And Billy was awesome, and he gave us great tips, and very much so worth a listen and worth a follow. You can, I think his book's on Amazon about Nowism, so check it out. All right, good folks, sexy people, all you guys out there. That wraps up the show. Sign up once again for the new Game On with Jackson Stuart email list and receive the free 15 Confidence Commandments right now as soon as you sign up. That's gameonwithjack.aweb.page. Find me on YouTube, Patreon, Twitter, and on the blog, gameonwithjack.blog, and at the new player shop, gameonwithjack.shop. Hey guys, enjoy your weekend. Be good out there, be good to yourselves, and keep it sexy. Game on.